Chapter 10. Room with a View, Door with a Lock. By the time May rolled around, the question wasn't if we were going to move, but when. My mom had already started throwing things away, and every night at dinner she would say the same thing. You just can't imagine how many things you accumulate until you move. In an effort to reduce the clutter, she began to throw away more things than she packed. I started to monitor the garbage bags. Most of the bags were filled with real, actual garbage, but sometimes I found things that weren't. One day, Joey Grapes and I were sitting on the steps. She placed 8 bags on the curb. When I opened the first bag, I saw a box with my baseball cards. I grabbed the box and ran in the house. "Mom, what are you doing? You threw away my baseball cards." "What?" she asked, wiping the sweat from her forehead. "My baseball cards," I said, holding the box. "Oh, did you want to keep them?" Did I want to keep them? "These will be worth big money one day. Do you have any idea how long it took me to save all of these cards?" "Oh," she said, "sorry." "Sorry? That was it? If I didn't open that bag, they would have been gone forever." I started to wonder what else she had thrown out. I went back outside and showed Joey Grapes the box. As we looked at the cards, he started to talk about the move. It felt weird since this was a topic that never came up with my friends. It was probably the reason I enjoyed spending more time with them instead of my family. "Do you know when you're leaving?" he asked. "I don't know. They said the end of June." "That's not too bad. At least you can pitch us to the championship game." "I guess," I said. While it was a relief that my friends didn't talk about it 24 hours a day, I wondered if they even cared that I was moving. "Look, Nick," Joey Grapes said, "we know you're mad about leaving, but it's not that bad." "Not that bad," I shot back. "You get mad when your mom puts yellow cheese on your sandwiches. How would you like to leave your friends, your school, and Philadelphia?" "First of all, I hate yellow cheese, and she knows that. Second of all, I wouldn't want to leave, but I'm different than you. I don't have grandparents who live in the neighborhood." "What do you mean?" "None of us are worried about you leaving because we know we'll still see you all of the time. You know you'll be at your grandparents' all the time. Now, if your grandparents were moving, then we'd be worried." "Yeah, but it still won't be the same." "In September, not much will be the same anyway," he insisted. "What are you talking about?" "Are you kidding?" he asked. "We'll all be going to middle school. Have you seen the size of that place? There's like 1,000 kids there. We all won't be together like we are now. My older brother says you meet a lot of new kids and make a lot of new friends." "Yeah, but we're tight. That would never have changed." "I don't think so," he said as he read the stats on the back of a card. "My brother had a tight group of friends, and they still hang out, but it's different. They have other friends too." "So you don't think this is bad?" "Don't get me wrong," he laughed. "You couldn't pay me to move to New Jersey, but other than that, it's not that bad." We didn't speak for a while. We just looked through the box of cards. As I read the stats, I thought about what he had said. It was like talking to my grandfather. At least, I knew what my friends didn't think it was a big deal. Maybe it wasn't. When Joey left, I went up to my room and looked over Mrs. Bailey's list. I hated to admit it, but New Jersey did have some cool places, and Joey Grapes was right. As long as my grandparents stayed put, I could visit as often as I wanted. I stayed in my room waiting for my mom to call me to dinner. When I noticed it was after 7 o'clock, I began to panic. Maybe they did realize how sarcastic I had become and decided to stop feeding me. I went downstairs expecting to see everyone sitting at the table. When I walked into the kitchen, I didn't see anyone. I went out front and saw everyone sitting on the steps. "Are we eating tonight?" I asked. "Your mom lost track of time with all the packing," Dad explained. "We're just waiting for the pizza guy." While I wouldn't exactly call what my mom was doing packing, I was happy to hear that we ordered a pizza. Just as I wondered how pizza for 6 people would fit into our new budget, my dad showed me a coupon. Look at this, Nick. On Tuesdays, if you buy 2 pizzas, you get 2 free. I saw it in the paper today. Not bad, eh? That's great, Dad, I said, trying not to roll my eyes. While my mom's new hobby was throwing things away, my dad's had become showing people his grocery store receipts. When anyone came over, he'd pull out a receipt and point to the line that read "Total Saved." Last week was his biggest haul. The bill should have been $124, but he only paid $78. I was waiting to see it framed and hanging on the wall. With my mom teaching all day and packing all night, when we ate and what we ate became as predictable as the weather. If it wasn't for Grandmom sending up entire meals, we would have moved to New Jersey looking like pizzas. Dinner wasn't the only thing to change. As we neared the end of May, our house looked like a warehouse. Boxes were stacked everywhere. Walking from one room to the other was like walking through a corn maze. But the best change happened while we were shopping for furniture. "See anything you'd like for your new bedroom?" asked my dad. "We'll put the furniture we have now in Timmy's room." Timmy's room? Those words were music to my ears. I had a feeling that the best part of having my own room would be the door.